folks.
70s
Here
were
we
one
go.
there.
I'm going to talk like this,
Cool.
away from my microphone. I don't even give a shit. I'm just going to fucking sit like this. We'll deal with it later. This was better when we had a table. Xander wanted to fucking switch the whole format. He wanted to switch it up on you.
No.
For the umpteenth time.
We're doing a podcast from our streaming station is the idea.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
This is our new streaming station?
Yeah.
We just like, we're like, hey, we have a green screen now.
We got the green
have
screen.
A whole fucking streaming station with all the green stuff.
TV is on the way.
The TV's on the way.
It's in the mail.
So we'll do more stuff from here.
And
so I guess we're just, we've moved once again.
Yeah, this is the phase 3 of the studio. I think this is the best version ever.
Yeah.
I had a real serious manic episode yesterday. And
Nobody cares about your personal shit, Xander.
Well, no,
Basically,
it wasn't a mental
happening-
thing. I just woke up at 5 a.m. and was like, I'm gonna get to work, and I did it. And I stayed up until midnight fine tuning shit, and I feel like a fucking maniac. But goddamn, if I'm not happy with the results, you know what I mean. So
I'm gonna move this mic stand out of the fucking.
yeah,
way.
you're holding it now.
I'm just gonna hold this.
I feel like now that I'm seeing you do it, I want to do it too. I feel like that's a cool stand-up way to do things.
It's a power move. Hold.
I'm over here being the radio guy, and you're being the stand-up guy, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh no,
man.
yeah.
It's a power move. You gotta hold your microphone and just, you gotta talk to the crowd. You gotta talk to the people. You gotta let them know what's up.
Yeah, dude.
Are we doing a podcast or are we just recording a thing? Is this like a test shoot or?
This is not the test shoot. We're actually doing this one.
Oh, this. Well, then, can we straighten up the green couch?
Huh?
Can we straighten this up a little bit?
Yeah, sorry.
Glob.
Part of the charm is the lo-fi aspect.
No, you get up.
I think all the fans will eat that up. They'll be like, "That's adorable that they fucked up in the middle of the intro."
All right.
I keep doing that. I just keep lumping you in with my fucking terrible activities.
Just like, yeah, man, it's crazy how
When
we did
I
that.
become Carl, we're gonna be like this. You're like, I'm gonna not be
I'm
around.
not gonna be Carl. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be Lur. From. Oh, man. Yeah, you heard that too, right?
That's just dogs. That's just how it goes. man.
Fucking Jen was not
When you have a 200-pound dog, you just gotta lay the law down. Every now
Fucking just
and
heard Jen bring the hammer down up there.
then. Well, her name's Jill, but yeah.
Jill? I thought it was Jan this whole time.
You got it wrong. Jan.
So I'm glad I just kept it to hi, hello.
Well, hey, we haven't done the intro yet. We can edit all this out.
Oh, yeah, all this is going to go out. Just started on Jan, no Jill. Oh, shit.
well.
Yeah.
Fuck. This is the interesting conversation.
How long have we been doing this? This is the Interesting Conversation
that was about 5 minutes.
Podcast.
That was a warm-up, yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the Interesting Conversation Podcast. I'm Nelson Crawford. I'm here with Xander Cook, and we're in our new streaming podcast, fucking music studio setup.
Well, we've been calling it the Rogan Room. We might need to rename it for copyright reasons.
Yeah, we were gonna call it the Rogo Room because we had a big table set up with a bunch of different camera angles.
And we'll be doing that again, but...
Yeah, eventually the podcast will have 2 forms, 3 forms actually on video. We'll either be doing it like this because it'll be like post stream or something.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like, with the whole table setup that we had on the test shoot before.
Yeah.
I think that ends up making it through.
I think that's good shit.
Yeah, and then when we do it remotely, when I'm at home and you're here.
Basically, we need to be flexible because we can't do this professionally unless all of you subscribe to Patreon.
I mean, that would definitely help because, it really supports everything that we do.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean,
Until
now,
then, we're just getting creative and working hard. And,
yeah, now we've got a way to kind of make it happen.
Several
if I
efficient
can't make it out
options.
here every day.
The main point of it for me was to be able to easily stream on Twitch more often.
Yeah, I mean, here's a peek behind the curtain for people that don't know.
Yeah,
Me and Xander don't live close to each other.
No, and it sucks because
we live at least like a half hour apart.
that's the fucked up thing was when they tell you
Probably
Atlanta,
a little bit more sometimes.
when I first moved to Atlanta, they're like, "Oh yeah, there's 7 million people who live there."
Yeah,
And you don't read the fine print that means all the suburbs and shit.
exactly.
And so it's there's it's a big city in the way that there's a lot of adjacent suburbs.
Yeah, so it's like if I can't get out here by a certain time of the day, then I just can't get out here that day because traffic.
You're stuck in traffic.
Yeah, and it's it'll take me 2 hours to get here because of traffic. So it's we get here you know, like what we did with the Spider-Man thing, we get like 2 or 3 videos in one day.
Yeah,
you know, get like a good 3-4 hour stream in there. Like if
But
I'm over here all day.
It's admittedly pretty hard to dedicate 4 or 5 hours to a video game, especially when you're just trying to do one video game.
Exactly.
Like,
that's why now.
If you watch our shit, you've seen us drive each other a little bit crazy while we're doing that shit. You know what I mean? Which is like part of the fun. But
it's definitely a fun time. But like the thing is, it happens.
Yeah.
You know, we've literally got the shit set up here.
But this way
we can do it remotely.
Yeah, I can like wake up every morning. I'm gonna start doing most of my gaming on here because the setup that I have planned is I'm gonna have all my shit at my fingertips at my desk, and I'll be able to work on podcast shit.
Yeah. While
I play Animal Crossing, which is really all I've wanted this whole time.
Yeah, this is the announcements portion of the podcast. If you couldn't realize that, like. Yeah, we're kind of jazzed about what's happening right now.
Little house cleaning, little.
Yeah, like
shit.
I don't, you know.
Yeah, man.
I don't want it to get into like gloating territory or anything like that. But I'm fucking stoked about it because like we've been doing this shit for like fucking like almost a year, dude. It's been like 8 or 9 months that we've been doing.
Was it the guy from Spotify or the other streaming service who basically just said, if you want to be in the entertainment business, you have to do it all the time, constantly. You can't just release an album.
Oh yeah, it's a Spotify thing.
Yeah, well, fuck that guy because he could just choose to pay artists more.
Exactly. Yeah, he was like, oh, you guys can't make albums every 3 to 6 years or months.
Yeah.
And you know,
so
still be viable,
we have to stop releasing videos every 3 to 6 years.
Yeah, fuck you, Spotify guy.
Basically,
bitch.
If you have $1 billion and you're telling other people how to live your life, you need to spend about $1 billion donating to charity and then start talking about that.
Or you also have 1 billion reasons to just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
why not retire?
Right? If I was a billionaire, I'd be like, all right, you guys will never hear of me unless I need
You pull
something.
an Epstein, but not in a creepy way. You buy an island.
Okay, so maybe let's get a better word for that.
He's the a Johnny Depp. He didn't fucking... Well, he's still creepy.
You get a... Who's the guy with
There's no rich people who aren't creepy.
Virgin Entertainment.
Yeah. No, he's cool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what's his name? We know his name.
Turner, right?
No, not Turner.
Richard Branson.
Richard Branson! There we go!
The guy, man.
Yes!
As soon as I saw that name, I was like, ding, ding, in my head. I'm like, yeah, that's him.
Richard Branson, that's the guy.
Yeah.
Richard Branson is cool. He's one of those billionaires.
Once you get fuck off money, you just start fucking off, and you're good.
Like he'll try a new business venture.
An airplane that goes to the sky, man.
But yeah, he's not like gonna be like, hey, here are my political views. Listen to me now.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna be like, hey, I don't care.
He's not gonna do a Mike Bloomberg and say, hey, you know, I'm gonna buy the presidency, and then just flop on his fucking face and be like, oh well, only $6 million.
Yeah, I thought it was $10 million.
It was more. Yeah, it was an insane amount of money.
Yeah, I thought he dropped
spend
like
on a vanity
$10 million on the election.
You know,
just dropped out
I felt bad about subscribing to that like OnlyFans account for a couple $100 because
you subscribed to an OnlyFans for a couple $100.
It was. I felt bad for her.
How many $100?
200.
$200 a month?
No, one time. It was a one-time lifetime thing.
Okay.
And then like she got, and then dude, literally, I can't believe I didn't tell you about this. It was like when
you did.
This was when like I was first single.
You didn't tell me about any of this.
I was so sad and lonely. I met her on a dating site. She's like, you should follow me here if you know what? It wasn't even OnlyFans. It was a private Snap. And she's like, it's this much for a lifetime thing.
Oh, and
it was fun for that month, and then like the next month, she's like, "Well, my rent's coming up, and no one's paying me." And all she would do is complain.
So she took the $200, and it was just fuck all.
And then she was like getting mad at me for not tipping her on top of it. And I was like,
I already gave you $200.
I thought this was you said lifetime thing, and realistically, I'm not only gonna jack off to you for like a few weeks. Like,
right, it's like I need time for you to build up content for me to pick.
Yeah, so like,
you know how when you watch porn, it takes you an hour.
So she started complaining that she's not getting paid enough, and then she just quit. I'm like, oh well,
there goes the $200.
There's that lifetime.
It's just gone now because
this is like just like when your ex says, "I'm gonna love you forever," and then doesn't, and you're like, "Oh, okay."
Oh fuck!
Yeah,
I got so sad so quickly. All I'm saying is, I'm just not the biggest fan of like amateur porn.
I am.
I know, and like I know a lot of people are, but like that's just I don't know for some reason. That's just not. That's just.
It's funny when I look at porn. I just like the idea that people are horny.
Yeah, no,
It's like,
okay.
I'm just like,
got you.
I'm horny, and I'm glad that these people are also horny. And that's about.
Yeah, and they're like, "Hey, dude, I jacked off to this. I'm gonna put it on the internet." You know, or like people, the people
this
who
girl's
make like,
yeah, I'm always horny, and I found a guy who will pay me to be horny, so I'm gonna fuck 10 guys in a row, and that'll be a great movie for y'all.
yeah,
And,
there you go.
You know, and then
Hopefully she gets paid.
and that girl is so horny that she's even happier because thousands and thousands of other guys
Yeah.
are jacking off to her.
This is the second podcast in a row we're talking about porn.
I mean, when we don't have a plan, we always go back to porn.
we just go back to what we do: porn and video games.
Maybe we should start at OnlyFans where we just watch porn.
Dude, we start
We
doing
just jack
porn.
each other off.
We don't even have to like do that. We just watch bad porn parody reviews.
Well, I would want to go all the way. I don't.
Xander, did you know somebody once told me that the world was gonna roll me, and that I ain't the sharpest tool in the games? I'm very sorry for all of that.
Just so everyone knows, Nelson likes Smash Brothers and Yu-Gi-Oh.
I do. I like Smash
So,
Bros.
in my opinion, that officially makes you a Zoomer, not a Gen Y millennial. You're a Zoomer, dude. You're Gen Z. Just own it. It's fine.
I like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's
Which Mighty Morphin or like fucking Animal Zip car or whatever they turned into.
Animal Zip.
They came into. They started just having these weird random things. Be like,
Talking about, like,
Ninja
Rescue
Force,
Force?
Dino
Yeah.
Racer. It'd be like.
See, I fell off after Lost in Space.
Okay, see, I didn't even make it that far.
You fucking asshole. Yeah, you did. You
No.
didn't make it to Power Rangers Lost in Space?
Once the Red Ranger was
No, not
not
Lost
Jason.
in Space. Fucking Lost Galaxy.
Once the original lineup retired, I was like, I'm done with Power Rangers. If it's not Jason and Srini and Billy, I don't care. Kimberly,
Fucking Tommy Oliver.
oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's my guy. If I could be one guy,
You'd be Tommy Oliver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how he goes, sit, kia, kia. But he always says sit twice, like he's talking to a dog. Sit, kia. Like he gives his dog 2 chances to sit and then kicks his dog in the fucking.
Sit, Kia! What did I tell you? It's morphin' time.
Oh my god, it's so fucking good. And I just because a lot of those folks are like actual martial arts experts.
Yeah, no, the fucking.
So for them to be sitting there in the vocal booth watching the Japanese footage.
See, I didn't learn that for a long time. Yeah, Power
just
Rangers, like literally, they shot the American parts, like all the Angel Grove stuff,
Two
and
different
then
shows.
literally just took the
took
fucking
Super Sentai.
Yeah, they took the suited up Power Ranger fights and just put it in there and dubbed over it. Like,
And
I
the
found
fucking thing,
that out. I found that out like 2 years ago.
that
It was
show
just-
dates
I-
back to like the 70s,
I
dude.
could not handle it.
That
dude.
show is like Super Sentai is like a classic Japanese series that has never ended.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, I was so like it blew my brain up so much that I started going and like looking to see how far it went. Like how
Did
many
you see
seasons.
James Rolfe's video on that? Angry Video Game Nerd.
No,
on that?
I haven't watched it.
That is a good like
But, like,
nutshell description of the
I
whole
wanted
thing.
to see how far it went before they actually started filming their own.
They never
like,
did.
action scenes. Yeah, like
No.
it.
Super Sentai is still a thing.
Yeah,
So they just
fucking-
keep buying the shit.
It's crazy.
You know what's even more fucked up about that? Because I have to be this guy.
Oh boy, here we go.
Haim Saban, the guy who brings all those shows from Japan.
Oh, Sabian.
Saban. It's Saban.
I thought it was Sabian.
Haim Saban. He's a big.
Haim Sabian.
He's a big Israeli government Jewish backer guy. So he's a.
Of course, this is where you take it.
Well, as a activist, you got to call out fascists where you find
Does
them.
that make me a blacktivist?
Only if you want that. If you want to
No,
call yourself that.
Do you want that, Xander? Is
You know
that
what?
something you want?
As a white guy who wears a lot of black clothing, yeah,
Do you want to be a blacktivist?
I want to be a black guy. But in the goth way, not the race way. Yeah.
Oh, what's wrong with being a blacktivist?
Well, I mean,
So you don't want to be that in the race
I'm
way?
an advocate for black clothing and black people.
Oh, but you just rather have the clothing, right? Not the people in the clothing. It's not
Hey,
about
dude.
the people.
I
It was
intentionally.
never about the people, was it?
I
Xander?
didn't intentionally put my
It was
fuck racism
It was
shirt on.
always about the clothing, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
you're right. I'm just trying to co-opt your lifestyle, dude.
I just backed you into a racist corner.
This is my black friend who likes pop punk music. Everybody.
Hello.
He's trying to racially appropriate my culture.
Today I made him listen to that one song "Few That Remain" with Haley Williams in it, and I tried to tell him why it was good.
Basically, Nelson listens to music that white girls who grew up in the suburbs that I grew up in used to explain to me was good.
And then I do the same thing.
It's like, dude, you would have cleaned up if you had been.
I did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm
Wow.
sure. I'm sure. The Salt Lake City girls would have just melted under your pressure, though.
I mean, probably, dude. I mean, shit.
I can prove I'm not racist and fuck a punk emo guy.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, like I can disappoint my dad and fuck a black guy, and he likes punk stuff. Like, oh man.
Dude, 2 birds is one thing, but three birds? Damn.
Fucking taking them all out. Freebirds rule. Fucking put all 3 of them down.
And get stoned.
And you get high, because I smoke weed too. Yeah. That's how we do it, folks. You know. We are cool. I promise you.
Yeah, we're trying.
I mean, if anybody in the world likes this podcast, then like, you know, you have all of my love for thinking that my meanderings with a friend of mine, while we try and, you know, share ourselves with the world, is entertaining to anybody.
Well, I think like, the relatability comes from just people trying to make sense of life, man.
Yeah, I mean,
life is fucking weird and crazy.
This is exactly, I guess, our reaction to making sense of how fucking weird life is. Because before the whole pandemic happened,
it was weird when we started, and it's gotten weirder since then.
That's what I'm saying. Then. We started before the pandemic and all that.
Like, Donald Trump alone was enough to fuck up everybody's head.
Yeah, dude. Donald Trump, and then fucking the Epstein thing, and, like, all that shit. And then it's just like, we're both sitting here, like, looking at each other when the shit's getting worse, like,
well, you want to play Street Fighter?
Yeah, it's like, you want to play some Tekken 7?
How do we act normal when we know this shit's going on? Like,
it's just like, hey, look at us having fun playing Smash Bros. It's okay, I promise.
Yeah, everything's gonna be fine. I finally got the new Nintendo now.
It's okay. We've got the we've got the Mortal Kombat. We've got the new Mortal Kombat DLC. Like,
I can afford every new character.
We'll keep you up to date. We'll have fun. Just don't look outside.
Don't
look outside and don't turn on the news.
And that's the fucked up thing.
If anybody comes to the door, don't answer it.
You know,
you remember when you were 9 and your parents had to leave you at home for 20 minutes to go to Kroger? It's like that forever now.
Yeah.
Don't open the door.
I'm basically just trying to hit the balance between like that vibe where I'm like freaking out, and then also like, you know what, we've been all freaking out. We need to calm down. We need to
I think the
chill.
podcast is where people get more of like our freaked out views on things.
I kind of vent on the podcast.
Yeah, no, the gaming videos
we're
making
literally
jokes.
Are just having fun. Yeah,
we're making jokes about the games. We're having fun, but
because
like,
it's for my own mental health more than anybody else.
But the podcast, man, dude, we get into some shit.
Well, so like the latest
I love
news.
it, though.
Did we talk about Louis Gohmert getting the fucking disease and then like saying and then blaming it on the mask? Nelson's like done. We're like, mask up, grab our rifles.
It's like, no, I'm not. That's the one thing I'm like. I remember that makes me think of a thing that I saw.
If I had my soundboard fired up, I'd have that clip ready.
It makes me think of a thing that I saw of like people littering like masks and gloves and stuff, and I was like, "What?" Like the thing is like, what we're not gonna do?
Throwing them away.
Yeah, like they'd see just like you know, old like worn gloves and like masks and shit, just you know, out in the streets,
in the bushes and shit.
Yeah, it's like what we're not gonna do is add more pollution while we're trying to fix one thing. We're gonna fix both the things.
I mean, it would be nice if people could just be a little bit aware. You know what I mean? Like that's
but they're like, if I have to wear a mask, fuck you.
So I've taken to when I go outside. I used to do the thing, and I still do sometimes. If like I don't see anybody around, I'll have the mask like as a bracelet in case I need it.
Oh, I just put it on all. Like,
but because I'll take a long walk through like my suburb, and I don't. Sometimes
you don't need it when you're just if you're like the only one outside.
Sometimes I don't see another person for a while, but then there's been a few times where somebody just comes up behind me on their bike or jogging, and they're not wearing a mask. And I called out a dude the
Yeah,
the other
that
day.
would fuck with me. If somebody like bumped into me while I'm like taking a walk.
Yeah, this super skinny dude like comes jogging past me randomly and didn't even give me a warning. And fucking like almost knocks me like off the sidewalk, and I'm just like, you're working that hard to stay healthy and you're not wearing a fucking mask, dude. And like I immediately pull my bandana up, and like, you know me, I just kind of impulsively say that shit sometimes before I realize I'm being the asshole.
Oh shit! Hold on, let me say that again. I think my mic was off. It's like you either get your, coming off in public is just like fucking like, hey, could you fucking be a person with common sense?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just out here like, hey, yo, my man, let me hear from you real quick.
Yeah,
and it's just like
sometimes you lose it. Sometimes you say it and you're like, okay, well,
dude,
that was not.
Yeah,
it.
fucking.
But at the same time,
I hate that shit.
But so now I just mask up and then go outside.
Yeah.
And
I keep the mask on as often as possible.
The last time I did that, I was like walking back from Kroger, and was just getting like the dirtiest looks from these fucking old people in the same little area where like the fucking old lady was like putting her face on the door trying to open it,
Oh,
and
fucking! That video was like here. Oh,
well, no, that was if you saw a video of that was different. The story I told a few weeks ago.
Oh
where, like,
yeah, no, we both have told stories about that. Like fucking
these
old
people are
white
fucking
people,
crazy.
Yeah, putting their face on the glass, like look inside,
Yeah,
like what's going
fogging
on.
up the glass, like why aren't you open? And like getting and like they're
But
like
yeah,
giving.
you saw the video of the lady like banging on the thing and like licking the glass.
So they like they both made a point to stop in front of me and give me a dirty look for wearing a mask outside, and then I saw them like speed through a stop sign. And so it's like,
if only they got T-boned right when that happened.
I know, right?
Like,
but it's like,
best.
yeah, they just didn't stop at all. They just like out of the parking lot. You know what I mean? And it's like
they'd blame you for them getting T-boned.
These old fuckers. They just, if anything is a mild inconvenience, they won't do it. If it's just even a little bit not convenient, they just won't. And my entire life has been inconvenient.
Yeah. Who you telling, dude? Like, I fucking know.
Yeah, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you move around, your parents kick you out, you have fights, you have arguments, and it's like,
you're a minority living in the South.
Oh my god, dude.
You go from Venice Beach, where it's pretty cool,
you get
but
pulled
you also,
over for driving a car you legally bought.
I actually got pulled over the other night. I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'll tell you
I was
about
quoting your old story, so we've done that already.
I got pulled over the other night, but like I stopped at Wendy's before I like hit the highway to like go home. I like just stopped in the parking lot and ate something. I was like, I was really fucking high before I left, and I feel a little bit better now. Like I'm driving home, just like listening to like I think I was listening to like fucking the Gorillas or something, just fucking jamming.
I love that.
And like I get pulled over, and I'm
Guilty
just like,
pleasure.
I'm just like, oh, all right, let me pull in here. And like a cop comes around.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Right? Like I mean,
I just had a cheeseburger.
I had a base that wasn't mine and a fucking bag of weed in my car. But like I was just like, yeah.
You had my base.
Yeah.
If the cops stole my base from you, I'd be so pissed at the cops.
I get pulled over. I get pulled over, and the cop is deaf. I get pulled over by a deaf cop. Yeah.
I had to stop myself. I immediately almost started doing voices.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do a voice of how I knew the cop was deaf. Because if you've ever heard a deaf person talk, then you know what that sounds like. And I'm not going to fucking do it on this podcast.
We're not big enough to risk that yet.
I'm not doing that shit.
We need deaf fans for now.
But yes, if
you're a deaf viewer and you want to do the voice, we'll kick you a few bucks.
Yeah, but
I got $5 for that.
I am not going to do that.
You want to be a deaf cop on our stream for a sound drop right now? Get in touch.
But she was very nice. She came and was just like, "Hey, do you know both your
deaf female cop?"
Yeah. Yeah, and she's like, "Do you know both your brake lights are out?" And I was like, "I actually had I had no idea." I was like, "Both of them?" And she was like,
"Tell me she just gave you the warning."
Yeah, she was like, "Yeah, both of them." And I was like, "Oh," and she was like,
"No, that's a sweet person."
Yeah, she's like,
"That's a good cop."
She fucking looked. She's like, "Where are you coming from?" I was like, "My buddy's house." You know, we were jamming. She's like, "Oh, what do you play?" I was like, "Bass." And like, she takes my license, comes back, and like not even like you know how they make you wait it out sometimes. Like literally was like back and forth in like 2 minutes. Gave me my license, and she was like, "Yeah, your brake lights are." I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting an oil change tomorrow. I'll have them take care of that too." Like I had no idea.
Yeah.
And like. She doesn't even fucking, you know how they give you like the fucking written up warning sometimes?
Okay.
It wasn't even that. Like she's just like, here's your license. Make sure you get that taken care of. And I fucking pull out of there and I'm out, dude. Like
I say this in danger of sounding like a
I was
socialist.
in and out of that fucking stop in like 10 minutes,
Yeah,
dude. It was
well,
fucking...
and frankly,
it was nuts.
when
And
you-
I think
when-
it has to do with my car. Because I've told you the thing about how, like, that's the first time I've gotten pulled over in the car I have now. Because it looks like some fucking 23-year-old
Sure.
blonde white girl named
Yeah,
Tiffany
yeah,
would
yeah,
be
yeah.
driving that shit.
Well, no, dude. I think that specific situation was because of that specific cop. And
Yeah.
I think when we talk about
I mean, yeah, that too, definitely.
when
yeah.
we talk about not all cops, those are the types of cops we should be hiring.
Like cops with disabilities and stuff?
Sweet women, sweet people who want the best for society and
Yeah.
are out for good.
Yeah, it's like
not
even... Yeah.
aggressive assholes who want to fight you and find a reason to lock you up.
Yeah, you get some
She
fucking...
wanted to-
You get some big aggro bro who's like, I've had all the advantages all my life
Dude,
and now I'm a cop.
I
But
had-
you get like a deaf woman who's fucking moved past that and has fucking made it like
Yo.
over that hurdle enough to be a cop. They're not gonna fucking go out and be an asshole. They're gonna just try and do the right thing.
Right. I had a cop one time pull me over and lie because he said that not my brake lights, but the light around my license plate was out.
Oh, your tag light?
Yeah.
I fucking hate that fucking tag light.
He said
bullshit.
the tag light was out, and then when he pulled me over, he was like, "I smell weed,"
Oh,
and I
fuck
was
that
giving
guy.
my fucking. This is a fucking weird thing, but I worked at a music store.
Yeah.
I'm like 22 years old. I went to see one of my customers at an open mic, and she needed a ride home, right? She's like 17, right? The cops see her ID and my ID, and immediately they start accusing me of some real sketchy shit.
Oh boy.
And
Oh boy.
and they're like, I smell weed in the car, and I'm gonna search the whole car, and I'm just like, this is fucking bullshit. Like,
Yeah,
I
fuck
literally
that guy.
just like I saw my fucking friend play the guitar I just sold her at a coffee shop,
Yeah.
and drove her back home to her parents' house. And fucking, of course, I had no weed in my car. It just smelled like that because I smoke weed in my car. And they wasted all my time. I'm looking. They had me leaning on the cop car, looking at the back of my car. The license plate is illuminated.
Yeah. Oh,
The light is not
shit,
out.
dude.
So I'm just objectively like, you just lied to pull me over.
Yeah.
You just pulled me over because I was the only car on the road. And
I
and they
hate
let
that
me
shit.
go, and they did lecture me about like, you're hanging out with these high school kids. I'm like,
It's like I'm just giving somebody
I'm
a
like-
ride home,
I'm,
dude.
It's like literally, dude. Like it's not.
yeah, it's like just because that shit's in your head,
You
and
know,
there are
and
some
that's-
real fucked up people, does not mean that's
I
what's
listened to a
happening.
whole other podcast today about how like that's how the fucking Department of
Yeah.
Homeland Security justifies their bullshit is it's
Oh.
always human trafficking, and it's like half the time they're arresting like 30-year-old women who are driving their own car from one state to another.
Dude, fuck that shit. Dude. Like, what?
It's like if you say you're fighting pedophiles, immediately anything you're doing is okay.
I mean, that's like all that shit is part of the reason why like I am so sketchy about hanging out with like young people.
Well, that's why
Like
I don't
even
anymore.
yeah, like even
Part
if
of why
I'm-
when World's Greatest Dad was like, you can't, like we don't need you anymore. I was like, all right, that's fine because I don't need to be playing house shows.
yeah,
with
because the
15-year-olds
house
and
shows that
drinking
we were playing, like yeah, I was like 19, 20 at the time, and like
And,
I'm
and when
I'm
you're
like,
that age, you still feel like it's slidable.
I mean, no, I was still pretty sketched out because there were people that were like 15 and 16 coming to these house shows,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay, it's fine when it's like a venue because like these venues aren't serving booze.
They're
and if-
licensed businesses.
Yeah, it's
where-
like if these kids want to,
Yeah.
drink and get high at venues, then they go do that.
that
on
was
their
the fucked
time.
up thing when we were playing a house show.
We're
At
playing
the,
at a house where it's like
it-
anybody that's
it was the
legal-
house where we would reherse all the time.
Oh yeah, the fucking house shows at
there were
Maddie's old
there
house.
were
yeah.
cops right up the street the
Dude,
whole
yeah,
time.
you guys were in part of. You guys were probably in
And-
one of the hottest parts of town.
And I just
as
remember,
far as
and I just
cops.
remember being like in my early 30s with another guy who was about the same age.
Yeah, we'd be playing these house shows with young people that
And
would like sneak alcohol.
When you're in
there
your
and, like,
30s and you got teenagers sneaking in their beers,
yeah,
the cops aren't going to care about how the beer got there.
they're just gonna be
They're
like,
gonna
"Oh,
find,
you're
they're
over
gonna
21.
find
You're
the
over
adult
21."
who seems like he's in charge.
They're gonna
and
find every adult that has anything to do with anything. You're fucked.
so like as the white guy, and then as John as the other white guy in his 30s.
Yeah.
I was like, do you realize that like
we're the most fucked.
like we're gonna be the fucked ones if anything goes wrong? And luckily
Yeah,
that
dude.
night went off without a hitch. But like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there are a couple of house shows. There are a couple of house shows where like, Yeah, no, like it was. Yeah, like it would get weird because what would happen is like, okay, we think we're just playing a show for our local scene, and it's an all ages thing. It's fine, but by it being all ages, it kind of shot itself in the foot because there was really nobody. There was really nothing governing any of this besides the person throwing the show. And a good couple of the times, the person throwing the show wasn't even 21. It was at their fucking parents' house or something.
We're still learning, everybody.
I mean,
We'll edit this into
how to do a
something amazing.
podcast? Are we still learning to do that?
Or just touch toys.
Boom.
Boom.
What about what?
Just bang bang. Ding dong. The whole point of this is just to have the green screen going and then just get footage of that. Dude, I was telling a whole other story, and I
told you, dude.
I almost want to stop and play it back so I can hear what it was. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that in real time, with the camera going, so you can hear it on the camera.
We're not doing any
I'm
of that.
doing that right now.
How are you gonna? No,
Shut up.
That's gonna take so long.
You're right. It will, and especially because I don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly. You gotta stop the recording. You're gonna go back, listen to it. We're gonna restart the fucking thing. We have like 15 minutes left on this memory card to fucking finish the show.
I think most of this is gonna be like you putting fucking goofy shit on the green screen.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
yeah,
But
like, why not?
what we're also gonna do is today, Xander's gonna learn how to edit videos, so that I don't have to do it anymore.
We've had too many beers.
Oh, trust me, you gonna learn today,
It's
motherfucker.
almost 7:00 and I'm hammered.
Oh wow, it's so late. It's 7:00 and I'm hammered.
It's Sunday, dude. Everyone's sleepy early on Sunday.
What was that?
I just wanted to seal the deal. I didn't want you to have a rebuttal. Imagine like a politician doing that. Like on just gross mouth noises while Donald Trump is trying to talk.
I mean, knowing him, he's a sociopath. He'd just mull right over it, but it's just like a regular person, like right before they open their mouth, start talking. Like,
And then not say anything, just making those mouth noises and
it's like, okay, well, my plan for the people is.
yeah, sure. It's your time to talk, but there's no rules about mouth noise.
So the other guy's like,
Jeez.
It's like, what I want to do is cut taxes, and it's time we make a change.
If you're mad about taxes and not wages, by the way, you're mad at the wrong people.
Which means you're probably a big old dum-dum.
Big old
Big old dumbass motherfucker.
Big old guy. I need to learn a math.
Oh. We make line go up.
Make line go up.
We are sharks.
It doesn't matter how many
Tank.
grandmas die for the economy.
No, 59/11s apparently.
150,000 people.
Imagine
3,000 people died on 9/11.
Imagine the first 9/11,
So,
but
yeah.
but if it was just like grandmas. Like, do you think that would have changed things if so many people lost their grandma in one day? I think that would have fucking changed
but it's
everything.
Well, we already overreacted to 9/11.
Well, yeah,
exactly. We started two insane wars that we're still fighting. People
Imagine
are still
how
dying.
much more we would have like overreacted if it was just grandma.
So that's what's so fucked up about this to me is that the whole Obama administration, the Republicans were flipping out about COVID and SARS happened.
Swine
flu happened.
Ebola.
Ebola happened. Fucking Benghazi. There were like
Benghazi.
7 different hearings over these 4 fucking people who died because of terrorism. 150,000 people die. Well, that's just how it works.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. You're supposed to be fine.
It's a hoax.
It's a hoax. Oh, the mask got me sick, not the virus.
Yeah, because if you breathe into a mask enough, eventually you'll create coronavirus by your own breath.
Been seeing
and you'll
videos.
Get yourself sick.
There's some baseball coach or manager who took the mask down to cough, and then pulled it back up. So he He's in the dugout, surrounded by his fellow players.
Okay, yeah. I thought you meant like he was by himself.
No.
Because I could say like if you're like alone,
No.
you have to like let out a cough.
The
and like
Major League Baseball is playing games right now.
I know.
And
Same
the
with
coach
NBA.
has his
They restarted the
mask
NBA.
on, and he goes,
Oh
and then
no,
puts it back on.
that's bad. That's bad. That's not a thing you should do.
he just coughs all over his team.
Yeah.
And I just coughed all over you, but I know that we're playing it
I
safe.
mean, you coughed like that. Well, I mean, neither of us have it.
Yeah, we're fine right now.
Yeah.
You know?
We got lucky. We've got the antibodies.
I mean, it's not about antibodies. It's about, like, we wear masks and don't fuck with people very often.
Right? Like, that,
The reason I hang
Shit.
out with you is because I know you're not hanging out with many other people.
right? Like, I have 7 friends.
I have like 4, so the odds are pretty good. You know what I mean?
I have 7 friends, and one of them is my girlfriend. And another one of them is Xander. So I have 5 friends.
I was riffing with Jackie about that the other day, and they're like fucking, like, oh, look at you being so woke with your one black friend. I'm like, hey, I'll have you know.
You met Nelson, and now you got your one black friend.
I'm like,
and
guess
everything
what?
changed.
My other 3 closest friends besides you are also black people. So,
Yeah.
like, you know, maybe you should just get real with that. It's like, I mean, it's not that I'm, overcompensating for white guilt.
I got a
It's
lot
that
of black friends.
These are the only people who will talk to me, and I got to settle for what I can get.
You're
No,
gonna
I'm just-
you're gonna be our personal Jim Carrey.
I can dig that.
You know, because
I can dig
you
that.
know, did you see the thing about Jim Carrey when he was just like old white Hollywood didn't want me, and the only reason I'm famous is because of the Wayans family, and
That's
you know,
fucking
and
cool.
black people giving me a chance.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, so it's like if you're not here for this shit, then you don't have to be a fan of me because you wouldn't have been a fan of me without black people to begin with.
I've always loved Jim Carrey just because of purely aesthetic reasons. Just because
Yeah, but like
I grew
that
up on
shit was
I
like,
grew up on his movies and just have always liked him. It's part of the reason why I had to see Sonic was because it was Sonic.
yeah,
and
it was Jim Carrey, and yeah, it's like you want to see him.
And
you
it
know,
was
what he's
that
been
movie
doing.
was literally just Ace Ventura versus Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's Ace Ventura versus Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
basically.
we did that whole skit.
Yeah.
But fucking, yeah, so it was, oh my God. So the fact that he's also being like, yeah, no, I know where my success comes from.
Yeah, dude, like
Because
when,
he
like,
was on In Living Color.
exactly, and Living
Yeah.
Color is where he got that start.
If it wasn't for being on the black comedy show,
Exactly, like the
Family Guy does that whole routine where Brian turns off In Living Color and then like,
No, he turned off Showtime at the
Okay,
Apollo.
well,
he was
yeah.
like, "What? I'm tired.
yeah, it's late.
It's 1 a.m.
It's late. It's not just because it's a black show. I'm tired. I'm sleepy.
Yeah,
But still, same vibe. It's like, you
Yeah,
know what
no,
I mean?
it
It's
was-
like, you
it
have to
was
embrace
like-
that fucking
it
shit,
was
dude.
it was the black alternative to like Saturday Night Live or like Mad TV or any of that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Mad TV even got. I
Mad
think
TV came later.
I think
and
Mad TV had a little bit more diversity. Than,
I think Mad TV
than
was better,
SNL.
despite like all their fucking like the racism and shit that they did that it would be considered problematic today.
There was a lot.
But it was in that good-natured Dave Chappelle style where it was like we're not exactly.
Yeah.
We're not saying this is a wrong way to be. We're just pointing out the quirks. And
See, that's the
saying,
thing about Saturday Night Live. They always tried to have like the woke comedy that was also a
can't do
little
it.
on the edge.
They're
so
too
it's
out
like,
of touch to do
yeah,
it
it's like
right.
sometimes it worked, but there was a good portion where it didn't, where it'd be like, oh yeah, that's a funny premise, yeah.
Oh, well,
But like, yeah, no, Mad TV had more sketches where I'd be like dying because I'm just like, yo, what in the fuck is this? Like, up until, do you remember What's Up With That from Saturday Night Live?
yeah.
Like, What's Up With That is probably the most Mad TV thing that
That's
I
as
think.
close as they got to the gold.
Like
yeah, for
that
sure.
and Black Jeopardy, which says a lot about, Kenan Thompson's staying power, is
Yeah,
because
Kenan's the
he's
man.
fucking awesome.
He deserves a
Like,
show.
Black Jeopardy is fucking one of the best things on SNL.
This is
and like
this
what's
might
up
not
with
be the
that?
most racist thing I ever say on the podcast, but if I could get a show that was called Key and Peele and Keenan, I'd be so fucking stoked.
What if it
dude.
was? What if it was like?
And Dave Chappelle?
What if it was like Keenan, Peele, and Thompson?
Who's Thompson?
Keenan,
Oh well, yeah, sure, yeah.
Keenan, Peele, and Thompson. Like
But Keenan rhymes better.
exactly.
But yeah, Keenan Thompson. But and
he's
at
great.
that point, we should bring Dell back as well. Kel, sorry,
Yeah.
God, I was thinking of the funky Homo sapien.
Dell. Oh,
Yeah.
Dell. That Dell should also make a comeback.
Yeah.
He should also make a comeback.
Basically, we just wish it was still the 90s because everything's been so fucked since 9/11.
Yeah. And that's how we're going to end the show, folks. That is how we're going to end the show.
Oh, that's good because I didn't even have to talk about Michelle Obama's podcast.
No,
that's for
next time.
I'm going to have sound bites next time.
Next time on the podcast, we're going to talk about Michelle Obama's podcast. I watched the movie Devil's Advocate.
Oh,
with
I've seen that one.
With
it's been years.
with Al Pacino and
where did you see that? I might rewatch it.
Al Pacino and who's his name?
Did you see it on Hulu?
Why am I
2B?
so bad with names?
Douchebag McGee. Who cares?
No, he was fucking John Wick. Don't you disgrace the good god name of John Wick. Fucking
Neo?
Yeah.
That's his name.
No, it's not his name. Fuck. Keanu Reeves. There we go. Fucking Keanu Reeves.
Yo, that's a killer movie.
Yeah, Al Pacino, Devil's Advocate.
I jacked off to that movie when I was like 12 years old.
Dude, no, there is a lot.
There's some sexy shit.
There's
in there.
a lot of sexy shit in that movie.
Where did you stream it?
It's on Netflix because like it kept coming up on my recommended. I was like I was trying to get to sleep this morning at around 4 because I had just played Onimusha 3 for 5 hours.
Onimusha 3, damn. Playing Onimusha and watching Devil's Advocate, that was like me in middle school, dude. So yes, I'm so ready to go there.
Yeah, dude.
If I had some baggy Jinkos, I'd wear them for the pod.
Yeah, and Netflix will roll fucking cover things for movies that you should watch, and Devil's Advocate, I'd see that come up all the time. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna smoke a joint and watch Devil's Advocate.
I might watch that tonight, dude. I'm kind of feeling lazy now.
That movie is bonkers.
It's
dude.
Cool. And that's the thing is, back in the day, I'm sure I didn't understand all the subtext.
No,
watching it 20 years later, I'm sure I'm gonna like have some opinions on it. So.
I mean, just there's something so sinister about Al Pacino to like put him in this movie. I'm like, fuck.
I'm glad we are talking about watching more movies and shit too, because I'm also gonna plug the other thing. I'm going to bounce this off you. I'm going to do it on camera just in case. You know what I mean? In case anybody wants to comment.
What do you guys want to do? What should we do?
I'm talking with my buddy Jackie. We're both in a weird shit. They want to do. They've been trying to get me to watch this really bizarre Broadway play.
What's it called?
I can't remember. It's something like something obscura. It's like something in Latin.
Oh shit!
And last time I hung out with them, we watched Cool World.
The fucking Brad Pitt movie
like
with
the sexy Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
The sexier Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
So Brad Pitt.
Don't
fucking
you downplay Jessica Rabbit?
Well, Jessica Rabbit was really sexy, but Cool World has tons of sexy girls. And frankly, if Jessica Rabbit and the girl from Cool World,
slow down, Xander.
Anyway,
fuck.
so the whole point of the little, I don't know if it'll be a full show or just a quick segment, but we're just gonna expose each other to the weird media and play it. They play fucking dating sim games and
I'm working on a video right now about this program to quit porn.
Oh yeah, so
but
the whole point, we're not trying to shame people about being weird. We want to encourage people to be weird, and so we're thinking. So this is the indistinct conversation. How about independent confidence?
Independent confidence. What, you're gonna be looking at people as like horse cosplayers and shit that? And
sure. I saw a GIF today of some puppy play happening.
Oh.
Yeah, I use GIF.
Are you talking about the girl who quit her job for a 6-figure thing?
No. I'm talking about it was a furry convention.
I was about to say, because that bitch is thick.
So there were two dudes dressed as cool dudes.
I'm sorry, I just imagined the fucking dog girl on the green screen behind.
No, that's what we're doing.
I hope the camera's still working.
But
fuck. So.
It shut down.
Battery's out.
I'm sure we got something.
I mean, yeah, we got something. Well, I mean, yeah, a lot of this.
Just to wrap it up with the audio, we can switch to GIFs now. GIFs or gay pegs. I'm sorry, JPEGs.
Let's fucking end the show since we have no more camera.
But so I watched these two furry guys do puppy play where they actually act like puppies and roll around on the ground, and I'm like, they're going I'm like pawing at each other, and I'm like, well,
oh boy.
if that's what makes you happy,
I mean, yeah, dude. If that's what makes you happy,
you know,
I fucking support it.
it makes me feel better about being a man in my 30s playing Mega Man
But
and
I
Animal
don't
Crossing.
want to watch. I just don't want to
Well,
watch.
I watch it so that I can say,
So
that's fine.
You can prove to yourself.
That's fine. That is just fine.
That is the definition of white guilt right
I watch
there.
it so I can forgive
Like,
it.
I don't need to watch it to be like, hey, man, you do you. But you feel like you have to watch it.
It comes up on Reddit. I click it. I'm
I
like,
gotta see it.
that's what's happening.
See, that's the thing. I know it's happening, but like, I don't need to see it to be like, it's fine. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I just can be like, hey, nah, y'all do
YouTube
you.
recommended I watch like an hour and 20 minute of some girl talking about why she can't go to My Little Pony conventions anymore.
Oh fuck, dude. Let's end this episode.
Oh, yeah. Life is weird. Everybody sucks. I love you.
Yes, I love you too. This has been the Indistinct Conversation podcast. Make sure to follow us on Patreon or subscribe to Patreon or however that works. Or, subscribe to our YouTube channels.
Just
either
give us,
IndiCon Next or
find a way
IndiCon
to give
Games.
us money, snacks, treats.
Yes. We'll see you next time or next week or whenever you decide to listen to this.
All the time.
My name is Dustin Crawford. I've been here with Xander Cook, Carpe Diem, Que Sera Sera.
Love y'all.
Later.
Take care.